Today we're doing chocolate chip gluten-free muffins, and these muffins turned out amazing. First thing you're gonna do is grab your dry ingredients. I use Bob's Red Mill gluten-free 1-to-1 baking flour, and you're gonna need 2 cups of that. Next thing you're gonna need is baking powder, and I used 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder. And then I added a teaspoon of pink salt. You're gonna mix your dry ingredients together, and then you're gonna set them aside and start with your wet ingredients. With your wet ingredients, first you're going to start off with the sugars, and I used old-fashioned brown sugar, and I used 1 cup of brown sugar, and then I used 1 cup of golden sugar, also known as brilliant yellow sugar. And once you got those two together, you're going to add a teaspoon of vanilla extract. I did not measure it, but I do know by eye. Then you're gonna melt 60 grams of butter, and then you're gonna add that to the sugar and vanilla, and then you're gonna mix that together so that it's well incorporated and just is a sugary, buttery goodness. And then you're gonna add 2 eggs. And you're going to mix that together well so it's incorporated throughout the sugar butter mixture. You're going to add a 1/4 cup of sour cream to this mixture and mix it in well, and the sour cream will lighten the batter well. And now that you have all your wet ingredients mixed, now we're going to grab our dry ingredients we set aside. And you're gonna mix this and incorporate it so that there's no flour clumps and the batter is nice and smooth. And this is what the batter consistency should look like. Now once your batter is done, you're gonna add 1.5 cups of chocolate chips. You're gonna mix this in. My judgment for chocolate chips is when you pull out a spoon, you should have at least 6 chocolate chips on the spoon in the batter. So I did add a little more chocolate chips so that I could get that consistency. This is the batter done, ready to be put into your muffin tray. Now my muffin tray is kind of tiny, and you can use muffin cups to save yourself more of the mess. And you can grease your tray if you're not going to use muffin cups to hold it. My tray is not used very much, and it is new, and I do keep it very clean, so I do grease it before I store it so that when I do use it, if I forget, I don't have to grease it again. Now once your muffins are in the tray, you are going to bake these at 305 for 15 to 20 minutes, or when you put a toothpick or fork in and pull it out, there's no gooey batter stuck to the fork or toothpick. These are progression shots. This is what it looks like after 5 minutes. This is what it looks like after 10 minutes. And at this time, at 15 minutes, I would check them just to see if the centers are cooked. And my muffins did take 20 minutes to bake. It will depend on your oven. And then I pull them out and rest them for about 5 minutes. You do let them rest so that when you pull them out of the muffin tray, they do not get stuck. But as you are going to watch right now, some of the muffins will get stuck in the tray, and that's okay. Now I'm just pulling these muffins off and setting them aside on the tray. As you can see in the center, all the batter is cooked, evenly spread chocolate chips, and these with a little slice of butter is like heaven. And this is gluten-free chocolate chip muffins. You don't have to add chocolate chips. You can add whatever you like. And enjoy.
And don't forget to grab yourself a copy of Dr. Wallach's Cooking Without the Bad Foods. It is a traditional cookbook that has been rewritten without the bad foods, especially gluten and no oil. It is 300 pages jammed with recipes and a great textbook to follow.
And don't forget to check us out on Notice Foods on Instagram, where we have tons of content. You can ask us any questions and we will get back to you as soon as we can. Thank you.